Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you.
I was born in Blacktown, the heart of Western Sydney. What it was like growing up, it was hard, just like any other life. My dad, he had a problem. Like there was something wrong. My mum tried to make ends meet. She was always hustling, and her waking up at 4 a.m., coming home at 5 p.m. I'd be awake watching her wake up and get ready for work and stuff, and it just mentally made me feel unstable. So growing up, I always wanted to provide for my mom at the end of the day. It is what it is. Till this day, my dad's still sort of making things hard, but we've evolved, and I feel like I've grown as a kid. Just watching my mom, like seeing her struggle, it was, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. That's what motivated me to sort of do what I want. I started fighting because, I don't know, my life's already like sort of weird. So it's not an ordinary life. I think like 3 years ago we were in Starbucks. Me and my brother were sitting down and we were like, oh, I'm pretty sure we could make a coffee better than this. And then like the following week we're like, man, let's just say, oh, everything we've saved up, let's invest it into like a business. Like we both agreed we don't want to live like an ordinary life. So we bought a coffee van, that one behind you. And from then on, like, man, I grew a massive passion for coffee. The coffee van didn't really work out. It did, we just lost passion for it, but the lessons I learned from it were like pretty good, worth the money we spent and wasted.
So were you still practicing while you were making coffee?
Yeah, well, that was my routine. I would wake up in the morning, I'd try and make a run, because when we bought it, we sort of cancelled the existing run, and then we wanted to create our own. So we were doing that, and then I'd go home at around 11 a.m, train, and then after training, we'd work on the run again, and then I'd have training again at 4 p.m.
Like off camera, you mentioned that you had a seminar in your school from Dick Smith.
Yeah.
And the Dick Smith story sort of gave you an indication that you don't want to complete the university education and then you want to do something on your own.
Yeah. So he just came in, man, and that was in year 11. I was sort of like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my life. Like, I'm a good athlete, yeah, but that's when I was sort of contemplating whether I should take it further with fighting or whether I should like study, get a job, sort of. And when he came in, he just talked about his life. He wasn't really smart or anything either. Like, he failed school. He just sort of did what he wanted to do, and he enjoyed the process and didn't really care where the end goal is.
Right. So in your own language, would you say that you're basically grinding every day?
I'm grinding every day, bro. Man, I find it hard to like get 10 minutes, if that. Like, I'm always here building. At the end of the day, I want to own a cafe.
Yep.
And maybe be the UFC champion.
Right.
Because I know I've got the athletic ability for it.
Right. So why fighting? So like you said, like you were athletic before, but why particularly this? Yeah.
Fighting, man. If you don't know what it's like to be in the cage, you probably will never know. It's different. Like, it takes a different type of head. Like it smashes your, I don't know. It's a different mental strength. Like, it just tests you. I feel like if you can fight, you can really do anything. Like when say for instance, if I'm doing something in an ordinary life, I'll get nervous and I'll think like, oh, how am I gonna do this? And then I think like, shit, like that's how I feel every fight when I walk out. Like how am I gonna do this? Like when like shit, like you're forced to walk out. So basically, you're just breaking barriers. Like you don't want to do it, but you have to do it anyway.
So this is like the fighting is kind of like the reality of life
It's
every
reality,
day.
yes. That's like when I buy my coffee machine, I'm like, man, fuck it, let's just do it.
Right.
When I bought the coffee van, it's just like, oh fuck it, let's just do it. Like no other sports do that for you, and I feel like it's actually really making my life better and helping it excel.
Right.
So with that mindset I have, that's
So,
why.
so it is a kind of a mindset. The whole fighting attitude,
The whole thing is a
the
mindset.
training that you do is
Yeah.
basically an adult
Yeah.
growing mindset, the attitude.
Yeah.
So how do you, can you take us through your journey of like, you said that off camera that you're grinding every day. What does the word grind means to you? Like,
And well, my mum grinded every day for like 12 hours out of home, and she came back home to sleep to grind again, just to put a roof over my head. Because man, I used to come home from school and there would be candles lit up, and then I'd be like, oh mum, what's this? And she would just be like, oh, we can't really afford electricity right now. They cut it off. And for me, I was like, man, that's okay, I'm alright with that. Like, and it was a little bit awkward going to like my auntie's house to go to the toilet, to take a shower and all that. So, man, my mum did a lot. My mum is the reason why I grind. Like, just looking at her now, she's like, I've provided for her. Like, just from watching her as a kid growing up. Like, I don't know. She's my grind. She's the reason why I grind.
so to you is basically it's your mum who is the grind, and that what motivates you every day
Yeah.
to be where you are today. Would you say that?
100%, bro. Just to be like my mum. Her number one goal with me growing up was not to be like my dad. And for me, I just want to be like my mum. Like, man,
What would you say to the kids or young adults who are out there today who are sort of either in your shoes before or
Yeah.
now? What would you tell them?
I don't know. Just
If there was one piece of advice that you can give.
really, I don't know. Don't listen to anyone. Like, if you want to do something, do it. Look after your family, man. Don't worry about materials. Like that. Just like I could invest in a nice looking car and drive around like I'm cool. Just because on Instagram you'll see someone with a nice car and you're like, oh shit, I want that. But really, man, these things come and go. Like, invest in your life, sort of. Don't listen. Enjoy the process as well. Like, don't think of the end goal. Say if you wanna go to uni or something, yeah, do something that you enjoy doing. Don't look for the money. Sort of.
Off camera, we just learned that you love doing woodwork.
Yeah.
So all these furnitures that you're making here today, is that part of your artistic ability or your creativity?
Well, as a way out of my childhood, I don't really want to say on camera what I went through and all that, because it's personal between me and my mom and my brother and my family. Like, but it was pretty fucked up. Like, I needed a way out. So I was always in the backyard, either playing basketball or like my brother bought me some tools and I learned how to make stuff out of wood. And so I just always YouTube how to do things, and then yeah, I just started every day after school I would just be outside making stuff out of wood till it was dark or playing basketball.